Imagine waking up in the morning feeling heavy, not because of your weight, but because of the pressure building up in your stomach. You sit at the breakfast table, but instead of enjoying your food, you feel uncomfortable, almost trapped in your own body. Gas, bloating, constipation. These are not just small annoyances. They can dominate your day, steal your energy, and make even the simplest joys of life harder to enjoy. For seniors, these issues become more common, not because you are doing something wrong, but because your body changes as you age. The digestive system slows down. Muscles that once moved food through your intestines now work less effectively, and the balance of bacteria in your gut shifts in ways that can increase discomfort. What many seniors don't realize is that these symptoms are not inevitable. They are not simply part of getting older the way many are told. They are often signals, your body whispering that something in your diet, your habits, or your routines needs to change. The problem is that most people ignore those whispers until the discomfort becomes shouting, pain, severe constipation, or embarrassment from uncontrollable gas. That is why awareness matters so much. Let's think about bloating for a moment. Bloating happens when air or gas fills your digestive tract, making your stomach feel swollen or tight. Sometimes it comes after a meal, sometimes it sneaks up without warning. For many seniors, the cause is not simply overeating, but the foods that are difficult for aging digestion to break down. Processed foods, artificial sweeteners, carbonated drinks, these all feed into bloating. Even something as innocent as chewing gum can cause excess air to build in your stomach, leaving you uncomfortable. And when you're over 60, your body doesn't have the same efficiency to push that gas out quickly. Constipation, too, is not just about being unable to go. It is about the ripple effect it creates, abdominal discomfort, fatigue, even back pain. When your bowels slow down, toxins sit longer in your system, creating more gas and irritation. What most people don't know is that constipation is often linked to three very simple things: not enough water, not enough fiber, and not enough movement. Yet many seniors struggle with all three. They drink less because thirst signals weaken with age. They eat softer foods that lack fiber because chewing becomes harder, and they move less because of joint pain or fatigue. All of this creates the perfect storm for constipation to become a daily battle. But here's the part that most people overlook. Certain foods that are marketed as healthy can actually make things worse. Dairy is a big one. Milk, cheese, cream. These are often difficult to digest for seniors because the body produces less lactase, the enzyme that breaks down lactose. Instead of being absorbed smoothly, dairy ferments in the gut, creating gas, cramps, and bloating. Another silent culprit is fried and fatty foods. These slow digestion dramatically, making constipation worse and gas more likely. Even some vegetables like cabbage, broccoli, or beans, while healthy, can overload a sensitive senior digestive system with gas. And it's not just about food, it's also about timing. Eating large meals late at night, snacking constantly without giving your gut time to rest, or skipping meals altogether can confuse digestion. The body thrives on rhythm, and when eating patterns are irregular, the gut struggles to keep pace. That's why seniors often notice more bloating after holiday meals or late dinners, because the system is overwhelmed at a time when it should be resting. Yet the beautiful truth is that relief is possible. You can choose foods that soothe rather than stress your gut. You can build small habits into your day that restore natural balance. Warm water in the morning before anything else can jumpstart digestion. Fiber from fruits like pears, prunes, and apples can gently move things along. Light daily activity, even just a slow walk, can activate the natural rhythm of your intestines. Probiotic, rich foods like yogurt, kefir, or sauerkraut can restore the balance of bacteria in your gut, which is one of the most powerful ways to ease bloating and constipation. But the most important thing is awareness. Knowing what to avoid, what triggers your discomfort, and what helps you feel lighter and freer is the first step toward taking back your comfort. Seniors do not have to live in silence with bloating, gas, or constipation. These are signals, not sentences. Your body is still talking to you, still guiding you, still giving you clues about how to live with greater ease. And when you start listening, you'll be amazed at how quickly your gut responds how much energy returns, and how much joy you reclaim in something as simple as sharing a meal without discomfort. Think back to a time when eating felt effortless, when you could enjoy a meal without wondering how your stomach would react afterward. For many seniors, that memory feels distant, but it doesn't have to stay in the past. The truth is, your digestive system is more adaptable than you might think. Even after 60 or 70, your body responds to care, to small adjustments, to kindness in how you treat it. Gas, bloating, and constipation may seem like daily companions, but they are not permanent. They are messages, and the more you listen, the more control you gain. Picture yourself at dinner. You take a few bites of a hearty meal, maybe bread, potatoes, or something creamy. Within half an hour, you feel your waistband tighten, your belly puffing up as though you swallowed a balloon. That discomfort can steal the joy from the meal itself. What many people don't realize is that certain foods act like fuel for gas-producing bacteria in the gut. When those bacteria get fed too much sugar, starch, or certain fibers, they produce gas, leaving you bloated. Seniors often notice this more because the gut slows down, meaning food lingers longer, giving bacteria more time to ferment it. This is why something as simple as a sandwich or pasta dish can make you feel like you've overeaten even when you haven't. Now think about the times constipation has left you frustrated. Days pass with little or no movement, and when it finally comes, it feels incomplete, as if your body is still holding on to something. That heaviness doesn't just stay in your belly. It affects your energy, your mood, even your willingness to go out and enjoy life. People rarely talk about it, yet it's one of the most common struggles after 60. The colon muscles, which push waste along, weaken with age. Combine that with less water intake, less fiber, and certain medications, and it's no surprise constipation feels like a stubborn guest who refuses to leave. But here's a comforting thought: you can gently retrain your gut. Just as you might oil a rusty hinge to get it moving smoothly again, you can give your intestines the tools to regain their rhythm. Start simple. Drinking warm water in the morning is like sending a wake-up call to your digestive system. It signals the muscles to get moving, to prepare for the day ahead. Adding in natural laxative foods like prunes, kiwi, or chia seeds can nudge your bowels without harsh medications. Walking, even for 10 minutes after meals, stimulates the natural contractions in your intestines, helping things move along. These changes don't require big sacrifices. They're small adjustments that build powerful results over time. Another factor many seniors overlook is how stress and emotions tie directly to digestion. Think about it. When you're nervous, you feel it in your stomach. When you're anxious, you may notice cramps or sudden urges. After 60, when the body is already more sensitive, stress becomes a major trigger for bloating and irregularity. Cortisol, the stress hormone, slows digestion and changes the way the gut processes food. That means even if you're eating carefully, tension in your mind can still upset your stomach. This is why practices like deep breathing, gentle stretching, meditation, or even listening to calming music before bed can do more for your digestion than another pill. Your gut and your brain are deeply connected, and when one is at peace, the other often follows. Of course, we can't forget the role of medications. Many seniors take prescriptions daily, sometimes several at once. Painkillers, blood pressure medications, antidepressants, while they help one problem, they often slow down the bowels or increase gas as a side effect. Doctors sometimes forget to mention this, leaving patients confused about why their digestion suddenly changed. This is where being proactive matters. If you notice new symptoms after starting a medication, ask your doctor if there's an alternative or if you can balance it with lifestyle adjustments. Don't accept discomfort as the price of treatment. There are often ways to ease both. And then there's hydration, the unsung hero of digestive health. Water softens stool, making it easier to pass, but many seniors unknowingly sip too little. Perhaps it's because the sensation of thirst diminishes with age, or maybe it's because of the inconvenience of more frequent bathroom trips. Yet without water, constipation tightens its grip. Here's a simple trick. Instead of trying to drink large glasses at once, take small sips consistently throughout the day. Herbal teas, clear soups, even water, rich fruits like watermelon or oranges all count toward hydration. Think of it as quietly fueling your digestive system keeping things moving naturally. When it comes to bloating, another overlooked trigger is the way you eat, not just what you eat. Eating quickly, talking while chewing, or using straws all increase the amount of air you swallow, which adds to gas. Slowing down, chewing thoroughly, and eating smaller meals can dramatically reduce bloating. Seniors often find that dividing meals into 4 or 5 smaller portions instead of 2 or 3 large ones makes digestion smoother and less overwhelming. It's not just what's on the plate, it's the rhythm of how the body receives it. Now, here's something many people never consider: posture. Sitting hunched over compresses the digestive organs, making it harder for gas to move and for the intestines to function. Simply sitting upright after meals, taking a gentle walk, or practicing a few standing stretches can make a noticeable difference. It sounds almost too simple, but small changes in posture help the body use gravity to aid digestion rather than fight against it. The most empowering part of all this is knowing that change is possible. Gas, bloating, constipation. These don't have to be constant burdens. They are signals pointing you toward better choices. Every time you pick water over soda, vegetables over processed foods, calm over stress, you give your gut the chance to heal, to regain its balance. And balance is what this is really about. A digestive system in balance doesn't shout at you with discomfort. It works quietly, efficiently, letting you focus on living rather than worrying about your stomach. Imagine the relief of waking up light and comfortable, enjoying breakfast without fear, moving through your day without the drag of bloating or constipation. It's not a dream, it's a reality within your reach. Your body is ready to cooperate, ready to restore itself if you give it what it needs. This isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Step by step, sip by sip, bite by bite, you can build a digestive system that serves you well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. And the freedom that brings, freedom to eat without fear, to laugh without discomfort, to enjoy life fully, is worth every small change you make today. There's a moment so many people over 60 experience but rarely talk about. You're sitting with family or friends, enjoying a meal, laughing, sharing stories, and then almost suddenly the bloating sets in. Your stomach feels heavy, tight, as if you've swallowed a balloon. You shift in your chair, try to smile through it, but inside the discomfort builds. You might even excuse yourself to the bathroom, hoping for relief that doesn't come easily. It can feel embarrassing, frustrating, and isolating, but the truth is it's not your fault. Your body is simply reacting to changes that come with age, and those changes are more common than you think. The good news is they don't have to control your life. You have more power than you realize to ease gas, reduce bloating, and keep constipation from stealing your comfort. One of the biggest hidden causes of digestive discomfort is the slowing of your metabolism. As we age, the digestive tract moves food more slowly. This means meals linger longer in your stomach and intestines. While that might not sound like a big deal, the longer food sits, the more opportunity bacteria have to break it down and create gas. Imagine leaving leftovers on the counter all day. Over time, they begin to ferment, to bubble, to produce a smell. That's what happens inside your body when digestion slows. Gas builds, bloating follows, and constipation adds another layer of discomfort. But knowing this gives you a powerful tool because you can choose foods and habits that speed things up instead of slowing them down further. For example, many seniors fall into the trap of eating soft foods for comfort: white bread, mashed potatoes, creamy soups, pastries. While these may feel easier to chew, they're often stripped of fiber, and fiber is what keeps your digestion moving. Without it, stool becomes hard, slow to pass, and constipation follows. On the other hand, adding fiber doesn't mean you have to eat raw salads that are tough on your teeth or stomach. Cooked vegetables, stewed fruits, oats, and lentils are all gentle ways to boost fiber without straining your system. Think of fiber as a broom. It sweeps through the intestines, keeping things clean and moving. Without it, waste just sits and the discomfort lingers. Another overlooked factor is how age changes the balance of gut bacteria. Inside your intestines are trillions of tiny organisms that play a huge role in digestion. Some bacteria help break down food and prevent gas, while others feed on sugars and fibers and create bloating. In youth, this balance often works smoothly, but after 60, the helpful bacteria can decline. That means the troublemakers get more room to grow, leading to more gas and irregularity. But here's the hopeful part: you can restore balance. Probiotics, found in foods like yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, or kimchi, add beneficial bacteria back into your system. Prebiotics, found in foods like bananas, onions, and garlic, feed the good bacteria so they thrive. Over time, restoring this balance can dramatically reduce bloating and improve regularity. It's also important to remember that what you drink matters as much as what you eat. Many seniors unknowingly sip too much coffee, soda, or even carbonated water, all of which can add gas or irritate the stomach. While coffee may keep you awake, it can dehydrate you, and dehydration worsens constipation. Carbonated drinks literally release gas into your system, making bloating worse. Alcohol slows down digestion and irritates the gut lining. In contrast, warm herbal teas, chamomile, peppermint, ginger, soothe the stomach, reduce gas, and support healthy movement in the intestines. Even something as simple as drinking warm lemon water in the morning can signal your gut to wake up and get moving. Another trap seniors often fall into is relying too heavily on medications for relief. Over-the-counter laxatives and gas relief pills can bring short-term comfort, but they don't solve the root problem. In fact, using them too often can make your gut dependent, leaving it weaker over time. Your body wants to work naturally, and the more you support it with food, water, and movement, the less you'll need those quick fixes. Think of it like teaching a child to ride a bike. If you hold them up forever, they never learn balance. But if you gently guide and let them practice, they gain strength on their own. Your gut is the same. It needs support, not constant crutches. Movement, too, is more powerful than most people realize. You may not feel like exercising when your stomach is bloated, but even light activity can make a world of difference. Walking helps push food along in your intestines. Gentle stretches, like twisting your torso or pulling your knees toward your chest, can physically shift trapped gas and bring relief. Deep breathing exercises expand and contract your diaphragm, massaging the digestive organs in ways that encourage movement. Imagine your body as a system of pipes. When water sits still, it grows stagnant. When water flows, everything stays fresh and clean. Movement is what keeps your digestive pipes flowing. Stress is another major player. Have you ever noticed your stomach acting up when you're anxious? That's not a coincidence. The gut and the brain are linked by nerves that carry signals back and forth constantly. When your brain feels stress, your gut tightens, slows down, and reacts with gas, cramps, or constipation. This is why seniors who live under constant worry often struggle more with digestive problems. Finding ways to calm the mind through prayer, meditation, journaling, or simply spending time in nature directly eases the stomach. A calm mind often leads to a calm gut. It's also worth thinking about how habits build over decades. Maybe you've eaten late at night for years, or maybe you've always skipped breakfast. In your younger years, your body may have managed, but after 60, old habits can catch up in uncomfortable ways. Eating late often leads to bloating because the digestive system slows down at night. Skipping breakfast can delay the natural rhythm of the bowels, leading to constipation later in the day. By making small adjustments, eating earlier, having a light morning meal, pacing your portions, you align your body with its natural rhythms and digestion becomes smoother. And then there's the emotional side of digestive discomfort. Many seniors suffer silently, embarrassed to talk about gas or constipation. They don't want to bring it up to family or even to doctors. But silence often makes the problem worse because solutions are left unexplored. Talking openly about these issues, even with just one trusted person, can relieve not only the emotional weight, but also help you discover remedies that actually work. Digestive health should not be a source of shame. It is a sign of vitality, and addressing it head on is a sign of strength. Every small choice you make matters. Choosing prunes over cookies, water over soda, movement over stillness, calm over stress, all of these decisions add up to freedom from the discomfort that steals your joy. The older you get, the more you realize that health is not about drastic changes or miracle cures. It's about daily habits, about choosing to support your body instead of burdening it. Your gut is ready to respond even now, even after years of discomfort. All it takes is consistent care, patience, and listening to the signals it sends. So imagine this: you wake up tomorrow, drink a warm glass of water, eat a fiber-rich breakfast like oatmeal with berries, take a short walk, and breathe deeply as you enjoy the morning air. Throughout the day, you sip herbal tea, avoid heavy processed foods, and move your body gently. By evening, your stomach feels lighter, your energy steadier, and when you go to bed, you rest without the weight of discomfort. This is not just possible, it's waiting for you. Your body, even now, wants to heal. It wants to work with you, not against you. All you have to do is give it the tools it's been asking for all along. Imagine you've gone through another long night of discomfort, rolling over again and again, trying to find a position that eases the pressure in your stomach. You sit up, feeling bloated, heavy, maybe even in pain, and all you want is relief. But the frustrating part is, the foods you thought were harmless, maybe even healthy, could be the very ones making your gut work harder than it should. After 60, your digestion doesn't move like it used to. Enzymes decline, stomach acid production slows, your gut bacteria shifts, and the natural elasticity of your digestive tract weakens. This means that foods you enjoyed without a second thought in your 30s and 40s now feel like lead weights in your belly, leaving you gassy, bloated, or running to the bathroom at inconvenient times. What many seniors don't realize is that bloating, constipation, and gas are not just annoyances. They are signals that your digestive system is under stress, often from foods your body no longer handles efficiently. And here's the deeper truth: chronic digestive discomfort doesn't just affect your stomach. It affects your mood, your energy, your joints, even your sleep. Think about this: when your belly feels heavy and swollen, do you really feel like going for a walk, exercising, or even enjoying time with friends? Probably not. That isolation builds over time, and the discomfort becomes something you try to normalize, but you don't have to live that way. The problem lies in the hidden triggers in your diet. Some of them are obvious, like fried foods or carbonated sodas, but many are sneaky culprits that masquerade as healthy choices, yet wreak havoc on your digestive tract as you age. Dairy, for example, is one of the most common offenders. While milk, cheese, and creamy desserts might have been fine when you were younger, after 60 your body produces far less lactase, the enzyme needed to break down lactose. What used to be a comforting glass of milk may now lead to cramping, bloating, and embarrassing gas, and yet, because milk has been marketed as essential for strong bones, many seniors force it into their diet without realizing it could be one of the root causes of their digestive misery. Another sneaky trigger is artificial sweeteners. They hide in sugar-free gums, candies, and even in diet drinks. Substances like sorbitol, mannitol, and xylitol don't get absorbed properly in the small intestine, so they travel into the large intestine, where gut bacteria feast on them, releasing gas that bloats your belly like a balloon. Imagine drinking a diet soda thinking you're doing your body a favor, only to spend the evening clutching your stomach because your gut is revolting. And then there's processed carbohydrates. White bread, pastries, pasta, and packaged snacks may digest quickly, but they ferment rapidly in your gut, producing gas and feeding harmful bacteria that can tip your gut balance in the wrong direction. That imbalance then leads to constipation, bloating, or unpredictable bathroom runs. What's often overlooked is that constipation itself worsens gas and bloating. When food moves too slowly through the intestines, it has more time to ferment, more time for gas to build, more time to irritate the sensitive lining of your gut. A vicious cycle begins the more bloated you feel, the less you want to move, and the less you move, the slower your digestion becomes. Add in dehydration, a common issue in seniors since thirst sensation declines with age, and you've got the perfect storm for sluggish, painful digestion. Instead of smooth, regular movements, you're left feeling heavy, cramped, and frustrated. But it doesn't stop at the gut. Gas and bloating have ripple effects. They press against your diaphragm, making it harder to take deep breaths, which can raise stress levels. They interfere with sleep, leaving you restless and tired the next day. They even affect your posture. Many seniors instinctively hunch forward when bloated, which puts extra strain on the spine and hips. And when constipation lingers for too long, it can lead to hemorrhoids, anal fissures, or diverticulitis, painful conditions that nobody wants to face in their golden years. Here's what makes it even more important. Your digestive health after 60 is directly tied to your heart, your brain, and your immune system. When your gut is inflamed from constant irritation, whether from dairy, artificial sweeteners, or processed carbs, it triggers a low-grade systemic inflammation. That inflammation doesn't stay in the gut. It travels through the bloodstream, stiffening arteries, clouding memory, and weakening immunity. So when you feel that constant bloat, it's not just about your stomach. It could be a warning sign that your entire body is under strain. Imagine, though, what happens when you identify and remove these food triggers. Instead of waking up sluggish with a swollen belly, you rise lighter, clearer, and energized. Instead of worrying whether you'll need to find a bathroom quickly, you enjoy outings with confidence. Instead of skipping family meals for fear of discomfort, you sit at the table with peace of mind. This is not about a drastic diet overhaul. It's about understanding what your body no longer tolerates after 60 and choosing foods that soothe, not stress, your digestive system. Many seniors find that simply replacing dairy milk with almond milk or oat milk eliminates years of bloating. Switching out processed bread for whole, fiber-rich grains keeps the bowels moving smoothly. Choosing water or herbal teas instead of carbonated drinks prevents painful gas buildup. And being mindful of sugar-free products helps reduce hidden triggers that masquerade as health foods. The remarkable part is how quickly relief can come once these changes are made. Within days, bloating can reduce, gas can diminish, and constipation can ease. And with that physical relief comes emotional relief. The feeling of freedom from carrying around a stomach that feels like a balloon ready to burst. It's about regaining control over your own body, about no longer feeling trapped by digestive discomfort, and about returning to a sense of normalcy you might not have felt in years. And as your digestion improves, so does your confidence. You find yourself walking taller, breathing easier, even sleeping more soundly. Energy that was once drained by constant digestive distress gets redirected into the things you love: gardening, walking with friends, spending time with grandkids, or simply enjoying a meal without worrying about how you'll feel afterward. This transformation is possible, and it begins by acknowledging that the foods you once tolerated may now be working against you. The truth is, aging doesn't mean you have to live with gas, bloating, or constipation. Your gut is talking to you, and when you start listening, by avoiding the foods that cause chaos and embracing the ones that bring calm, you give your body the chance to heal, restore balance, and thrive in ways you might not have believed were still possible. Picture yourself walking into the kitchen on a quiet morning, sunlight pouring through the window, and you pause before opening the fridge. You're already thinking about the day ahead and wondering if it will be another day of stomach heaviness, another day where your belly feels tight and full, where you avoid certain activities because you don't feel comfortable. That hesitation at the fridge is where the change begins, because what you reach for, what you choose to put into your body, can either soothe your digestion or keep feeding the cycle of gas, bloating, and constipation that has been stealing your comfort. The foods that your younger self handled without issue may now demand far more effort from your body, leaving behind the kind of discomfort that lingers and drains your energy. And yet, there's a quiet power in realizing that by making small, thoughtful swaps, you can reclaim your gut health and with it your freedom to feel light and at ease. For many seniors, one of the most powerful shifts begins with dairy. The very thing once believed to be the foundation of strength and health often becomes a hidden enemy of digestion. You may drink a glass of milk thinking of your bones, but minutes later you're left with a distended belly, cramps, or even loose stools. What's happening isn't mysterious. It's simply that the enzyme needed to break down lactose is no longer produced in the same quantities as when you were younger. Imagine asking a machine to run without enough fuel. It sputters, slows, and leaves behind residue. That's exactly what happens in your gut. But when you swap that glass of milk for oat milk, almond milk, or coconut milk, suddenly the burden is lifted. These alternatives provide creaminess without the chaos, nourishment without the painful side effects. And when cheese cravings strike, choosing aged varieties like Parmesan or cheddar in small amounts often brings pleasure without punishment because much of the lactose has been removed during the aging process. Another powerful area of change is hydration. Many seniors believe they're drinking enough water, but if you're sipping only a few glasses a day, dehydration is silently slowing down your digestion. Water is the river that carries waste through the intestines, and when it's lacking, stools become hard, movement slows, and constipation takes hold. Yet here's the twist: plain water isn't always the best answer, especially at night when it leads to multiple bathroom trips that disrupt sleep. Instead, introducing herbal teas, chamomile, peppermint, or ginger not only hydrates but soothes the digestive tract, calming spasms, reducing gas, and supporting smoother elimination. These teas also have natural compounds that relax the nervous system, which in turn relaxes the gut, creating a cycle of healing that plain water alone cannot achieve. Then comes the question of bread and pasta. The fluffy slices of white bread that once made the perfect sandwich now act like glue in the intestines, slowing everything down. Refined flour products have been stripped of fiber, the very thing your gut needs most to keep things moving. Instead of filling your plate with foods that stick and clog, choosing whole grains such as oats, quinoa, and barley brings back the fiber your body craves. These grains act like tiny brushes, sweeping through the intestines, encouraging movement and feeding the beneficial bacteria that create harmony in your gut. When these good bacteria are fed, they produce compounds like short-chain fatty acids that reduce inflammation and strengthen the lining of your intestines, giving you not only digestive relief but also protection for your overall health. And then there are the sugar-free foods that trick you with promises of being healthier choices. Imagine popping a sugar-free mint in your mouth before meeting a friend, only to find yourself bloated and uncomfortable midway through the visit. That's because the artificial sweeteners inside aren't digested properly, and instead of giving you sweetness without guilt, they feed the wrong bacteria and create gas that leaves you doubled over in discomfort. By eliminating these products and instead enjoying natural sweeteners like small amounts of honey or fruit, you allow your gut to calm, your bloating to ease, and your body to feel more at peace. Beyond food, there's movement. The digestive system is deeply connected to the rhythm of your body. When you sit still for long hours, digestion slows like a river blocked by fallen branches. But when you walk, even for just 15 minutes after a meal, that gentle motion massages your intestines, encourages peristalsis, the wave like contractions that move food along, and helps release trapped gas. Think of it as helping your gut find its natural rhythm again. Even light stretching or gentle yoga poses can relax the abdominal muscles, open space in the belly, and reduce the pressure that makes you feel tight and full. Sleep also plays a vital role. A tired body leads to a tired gut, and when stress builds because of poor rest, digestion suffers even more. Stress triggers the release of cortisol, a hormone that disrupts the delicate balance of the gut, slowing digestion in some people while speeding it up chaotically in others. That's why creating a calming evening routine is essential. Drinking a warm cup of herbal tea, dimming lights, practicing slow breathing, all these habits tell the body it's safe, reducing cortisol, and allowing the digestive system to reset overnight. By morning, instead of waking up with a belly that feels like it never rested, you rise with comfort and lightness. There's also the simple yet overlooked truth that the body after 60 processes protein differently. Meat, especially red or heavily processed cuts, can take longer to digest, leading to feelings of heaviness and gas. That doesn't mean you must give up protein. It means choosing sources that are easier on your gut. Fish, eggs, and plant-based proteins like lentils and beans, when cooked properly and introduced slowly, provide strength without overwhelming the system. Pairing them with herbs such as cumin, fennel, or ginger can further reduce the gas they sometimes cause, making them allies rather than enemies. And perhaps the most overlooked piece of the puzzle is listening to your body. For decades, many of us eat on autopilot, reaching for the same meals we've always had. But after 60, your body is constantly giving you feedback, subtle signals in the form of bloating, cramping, irregularity. These are not random annoyances. They are your body's way of saying something no longer serves you. By slowing down, noticing what triggers discomfort, and being willing to adjust, you take control of your gut health in ways no pill or quick fix ever could. Over time, these small, consistent choices create transformation. Imagine looking in the mirror one morning and realizing your belly feels flatter, your energy steadier, your mood brighter. Imagine sitting down to a meal without fear of what will follow. Imagine walking confidently into social gatherings without the quiet worry of digestive embarrassment. This is the life waiting on the other side of awareness, patience, and gentle changes. Your digestion can heal, your body can feel light again, and your spirit can rise unburdened by the weight of discomfort. Aging doesn't have to mean surrendering to gas, bloating, or constipation. It can mean wisdom, strength, and freedom. When you choose foods and habits that honor the changes within you,